All right, now that you have an invoice in hand from your vendor, it's time to upload that invoice. So we'll go to the invoices page. We'll click add invoice. If the vendor that you have is one that's invited previously, they will display here. If it's somebody that you have not yet invited, you can select upload their invoice and invite. So for this walkthrough, we'll do that. Select an order type of work order or purchase order. Work order will be used for any service-oriented work. Purchase order will be used for a sale of goods. Most cases will be a work order, so we'll go ahead and select that for this walkthrough. All right, here is your invoice details page. You can add in the vendor name, email, total, work order description, and the details of the itemized items should be added within the actual PDF, document, or image file that you upload to describe the work. So we'll go ahead and upload a file, and then we'll add in the vendor details. And an invoice period of performance start, and an invoice period of performance end. These are not required, but if you do have a start date, then an end date is required. Payment terms is set as a default of net 30. You can change that if you wish to change it to something else by going to settings and then selecting under payment terms. You can change this. If you do have the vendor's bank account information on hand, or they've provided that to you, you can add that with the routing number and account number for ACH here. If not, they'll be asked to put that in. Once they accept the invite, there'll be a finance setup section for that. All right, so if everything looks good, you can save it as a draft if you don't wish to send it right now, or you can submit invoice. So we'll go ahead and do that. All right, so now we'll finish the process of inviting the vendor. In legal setup, you went through the process of submitting contract documents or selecting an onboarding process. So we'll select from those. And then we'll select a start and end date for the master contract. This is set as a default of 364 days, and you can edit this to suit your needs, or you can just leave it. All right, so almost done. All you need to do now is confirm and send. Make sure everything looks good here. In the future, if you have a hiring manager set for this person, then that hiring manager will be required to approve future invoice payments for that person. So we'll go ahead and you don't, otherwise the admin can go ahead and approve everything. So we'll go ahead and click send. All right, so this payment will be initiated as soon as your vendor completes setup. So what that means is the vendor will now receive an email that says they've been invited and you've created an invoice for them. So all they need to do is provide a login, provide business information so that we can create a tax form for them, W-9 or W-8, depending on their locale, and also actually add in the bank account where they wish to receive payment. So once they do that, the payment will be sent. So it will remain in a state of pending information until then, but that is how you pay a vendor that has never been onboarded with Liquid before.